guys, it's Danielle Z's from HealYourAdrenalFatigue.com, and I'm really excited to sit here today with you and talk about something that I know is close to most people with adrenal fatigue's heart, something that a lot of us have experimented with that can create a lot of confusion, but can actually pack a huge punch when it comes to adrenal fatigue recovery, and that's supplements. So using nutrients and herbs and natural compounds to support our adrenals and nourish our body back up when it is in a state of depletion, just to help us recover faster and feel a bit more like ourselves when we're kind of struggling. So supplements can be really great for that. And of course, as a nutritionist, I must always say that food and lifestyle comes first. So those are going to make the hugest impact in your recovery. Supplements are just that, a supplementation that you can add on top of those things to enhance those changes that you're starting to encourage in your life by making those changes with food and lifestyle. So what I wanted to talk about today is a couple things I'm seeing with clients and people on forums, like early mistakes that people are making with supplements that might actually be holding you back from getting the results you want. And I know, like, supplements can be quite expensive. You're talking to a girl who's probably spent thousands and thousands of dollars on supplements when I was recovering from adrenal fatigue. You really want to get the most out of what you're paying for. So I want to teach you a couple things that will help you get started in planning a really smart supplement plan for where your body's at right now. So let's dive in. So number one, I want you to check in with your gut health. And this is important because I want to make sure that you're able to assimilate and just absorb what you're taking as effectively as you want to be. So check in with that. If things haven't been going that great digestively, then maybe you want to start focusing on loving up your gut and working on that gut integrity so that when it comes to taking more pills and capsules in the future, you're breaking them down more effectively and more efficiently than you were before. In the meantime, you can start with things that are liquid or in capsule form instead, just to help take a bit of the burden off the digestive process. And if there is a bit of gut integrity issues there, that's going to help just make sure that you're getting a bit more out of what you're taking. In terms of if it were a pill or capsule, it might just be a bit easier for your body to break down a liquid or a powder. So that's a great place to start. But at the same time, if digestion's an issue for you first, I would be making sure that you are really giving your gut some good, wholesome loving with food and lifestyle, even maybe some digestive supplements instead of adrenals at that point, if it makes sense for you, of course. The second point is understanding what stage of adrenal fatigue you're in. And this is really important because a lot of people just think, I have adrenal fatigue, I need adaptogens, and they run out and they find an adrenal formula, but they might not understand is that formula could be quite stimulating. And if you're in any of the stages of adrenal fatigue, when your body doesn't need to be stimulated any more than it already is, you could actually be pushing yourself further into burnout. So that actually exacerbates all the symptoms you're experiencing. And though you might feel a bit of short-term relief from that energy boost when you take the supplement, it's actually going to exacerbate the issue long-term. So you want to be careful with what stage you're in and the types of herbs and supplements you use to support your body during that stage. And I hope that makes sense. Of course, you want to know what your body needs and supplement accordingly, supporting that cortisol curve. If it's too high, you want to bring it down, and if it's too low, it's more about rebuilding the adrenals back up with vital nutrients like the B vitamins, vitamin C, magnesium, minerals like zinc. Those are nutrients that are pretty safe in any stage of adrenal fatigue because they're actually going to help rebuild the adrenals back up and give it the cofactors that it needs to function properly. So start there before looking towards herbs. Would be my recommendation if you're not quite sure what stage you're in. And if you aren't, I've actually provided a link below to a guide it's a totally free guide that just outlines the different stages and the different types of supplements that would be beneficial according to what stage you happen to be in. So check out the link below if you need a bit of clarity. And the third point is not doing too much at once. So much of us are so excited and keen when we hear that supplements can help that we buy a whole bunch of stuff and we start this new program and we're all pumped about it. But when we take too much at one time, we can't really tell what's helping us feel better if we've integrated too much at once. So I always recommend starting slow, starting with one thing and sticking with it for at least 2 to 3 weeks so your body gets time to actually get that running through its system, gives it time to start working, and check in and see how things have been going. A great way to do that is actually give yourself a baseline at the beginning. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how well have I been sleeping? On a scale of 1 to 5, how anxious do I feel? On a scale of 1 to 5, how is my energy lately? And then a couple weeks later, come and check back in and give it another number and see if you notice any improvement. That's going to give you a nice objective look from yourself on how it's actually working for you. And that's easier to do with one supplement than it is when you've already started taking 10. You're not quite sure what's actually doing it for you. So those are my 3 tips. So check in with your digestion, know your stage, and start slow. And all the best in your supplement plan creation. If you do need a guide, don't forget to check out my link below because that will help give you some insight and clarity on how to select the right herbs at the right stage of adrenal fatigue. So thanks so much for listening. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and all the healing blessings to you and your sweet adrenals. Bye.